You're against compulsory education, I'm sure.
Yes. No, I'm against public-funded education because that's the sure way to create a country of people disposed towards dictatorship, and that's what you're seeing today.
And we'll be back with Ayn Rand in just a moment. We're back with so little time. Listen, there was a Miss Rand. We're with Ayn Rand. Incidentally, her latest book is titled, listen to this, Introduction of Objectivist Epistemology. I should have had this at Notre Dame. I would have impressed all the girls. But it is a rather multisyllabic, high-sounding title, which
It's
speaks,
not a novel.
Right, which speaks to your philosophy of objectivism.
That's right.
I just have one point that I think should be made, Ms. Rand, with time fleeting here. Your characterization of the situation in the Middle East came down rather gratuitously and in a very angry way on the Arabs, and without discussing the merits of either side in a most complicated and painful collision of cultures and peoples in our world. Why couldn't the millions of men, women, and children who are Arab and who find themselves in this desperate conflict and look around wondering where peace will be, why can't they be angry with you for your characterization of them, your slap at them, your roundhouse criticism of them, when you don't seem to be able to tolerate a questioner who suggests that she disagrees with you? Characterization is you do not accept any criticism unless you level it.
No. I don't resort to terrorism. I don't go around murdering my opponents, innocent women and children. That is what I have against the Arabs. That takes the conflict out of the sphere of civilized conflicts and makes it murderous. And anyone, private citizens, who resort to force is a monster. And that's what makes me condemn and despise them.
Do you believe that there is going to be a day where there's going to be a female in the White House as president? And how do you feel about that?
I wouldn't vote for her.
You would or wouldn't?
Would not.
Would not?
No.
Why not?
For many reasons.
Right.
I've written an article about that in my former magazine. You'll have to find out my reasons there.
Yes.
The magazine is The Objectivist.
Would you not vote for her because she was a woman, even if she were better qualified than any man?
If we had followed that law, I might.
That low? I think you have a very, very low opinion of women.
Let me answer this. It is not to a woman's personal interest to rule man. It puts her in a very unhappy position. I don't believe that any good woman would want that position.
So you are essentially against leadership positions for women then?
No. Oh, no. A president is not the only leadership position. There's senators and congressmen and
it's all right for you if they run and be elected?
Oh, certainly, and I vote for them. But wait a moment. A commander-in-chief of the army, a woman, I think it's unspeakable.
We are in New York City with Ayn Rand, and we'll be back in just a moment. We're back. Yes. Go ahead.
Ms. Rand, I'd like to ask you your opinion of Golda Meir.
My opinion of Golda Meir? Oh, I think she is a very unhappy woman. She was a good leader. I don't agree with her philosophy. She's a socialist, and I think Begin is much better.
Mm-hmm. I am sorry that our time is up. I'm sorry, there are 1,001 people with questions here that perhaps sometime in the future we'll have an opportunity to share more dialogue with you. It's been my pleasure. It's been an enlightening experience to meet the woman behind the writings that have created such a stir.
I really enjoyed
Your
it.
latest book is titled Introduction to Objectivist Epistemology. Many thanks to you, Ayn Rand. And to you who gathered here in Madison Square Garden, have a nice day, everybody. Goodbye. Good doctors are anxious to talk about the nuclear nightmare that sat practically in their own backyard. And on our next show from New York, consumer activist Ralph Nader talks about how it could have been prevented and what he wants to happen now. Join us.